Hello, everybody. I'm so happy and honored to be here to share this session with you. I want to thank you for joining me here for a Full of Hope Yoga trauma-informed yoga session. It is my absolute passion and delight to share the healing benefits, the therapeutic and healing benefits of trauma-sensitive yoga. I love to share this with survivors, whether cancer survivors, trauma survivors, life survivors. I like to say, I'm intrigued and fascinated by how we can heal our nervous systems from the trauma and the traumatic stress. And we can transform our lives from survivors to thrivers. We get to experience life to the full. I truly believe that we can experience life to the full again, from survivor to thriver to living life full of peace and rest and calm and with enlivened nervous systems. So thank you again for joining me here today. What we're going to do is we're going to explore through our yoga practice the 4 fundamental components of trauma-sensitive yoga. So today, perhaps you could think of this or feel this class as an opportunity to embody these 4 components, and that is compassionate self-awareness, present moment awareness, empowered choice, and connection back to self and connection to community. So also another way to think about this is that this is going to be a class to invite you to reconnect to the feelings and sensations within your body, because trauma disconnects. Trauma disconnects us from feeling like it's safe to feel within the body, where we have experienced a lot of pain and perhaps suffering. Trauma disconnects us from the present moment. It disconnects us from power and from control, and certainly disconnects us from choice. And I found that it can disconnect us from even just sensing our own flow and rhythm within our body. So this is an invitation for you to reconnect. And before we get started, I do like to go over what I call my mat agreements. And this is an invitation for you. It's an invitation for you to practice with noticing with kindness. And that's really compassionate self-awareness, is that you get to practice on the mat so that you can take it out into the world, this compassionate self-awareness message that you're going to intentionally pay attention with kindness and without judgment to your experience on the yoga mat. I want to always remind you that you are in choice. This is your body, your practice, your experience. I have lots of ideas. You are in choice of how you're going to move and breathe and be in this world. 3 is to really listen to your body, and know pain or strain means stop. So if you feel pain or strain, that is your body telling you to stop. We're going to go really slow and intentionally so you can feel to that edge, we call it in yoga, where you're just going to get to that place of just turning your head just the right amount, and you'll know that's as far as it goes. 4 is similar, and I say this: let sensation be your guide. Let awareness and sensation in your body be your guide on how you're going to move and breathe and be on your yoga mat and in this world. All right, so we're going to get started. I'm sitting on the floor. I have a cushion under my hips. You can do this sitting in a chair, and we're going to start by taking an intentional pause. We pause to allow or invite stillness into the body, into the mind, and into the spirit. And now we will ground. Grounding is so important to connect, to reconnect. So let's begin to move the body, maybe in a little circle, over your sits bones, over your hips. And just notice the contact of the ground or the chair underneath you. Notice the connection, to feel that there is something physically firm, secure, and stable underneath you. And then we'll allow the body to still again. And another way to ground as you're sitting is to see if you can sense the weight of your hips and your pelvis, and how the gravity of the weight of your hips and your pelvis are sinking you towards the ground. And then get a sensation that there is a string at the top of your head drawing the crown of your head up. So on one sense, we feel the weight drawing us down, and another sense, the string at the top of the head drawing the crown of your head up, bringing some length to your spine. And here I'm going to invite you to invite some softening into your face. I'd like to begin our practice with an invitation to soften, to try softer and not harder. Softening around your eyes and around your jaw. Try not to grimace through yoga, so we don't grimace through life. Good. Now you might need to change the position of your body here. I'm starting to feel like I'd like to, I call it bring my legs into diamond legs. You bringing the soles of your feet and your heels together, so that there is this space. It looks like a diamond there. And now we're going to orient. We're going to orient to our environment. Okay. This is the way we connect to the present moment, by orienting to the environment. So let's bring awareness to sounds. Notice any audible sounds you have in your environment. You might take that awareness maybe outside the walls or the windows of your room. Notice what's out there. Bring that awareness back inside the room and notice sounds close into you. Good. Now bringing some movement into the body. We're going to continue to ground and orient throughout this practice, but we're going to move as well. And speaking of moving, I need to move this back. Here we go. Here we are on the floor with our diamond legs, soles of the feet and heels together, hands to your shins. you just sense first that your spine is neutral. And now we're going to draw against the shins, bringing a slight curve to your back. Notice what that feels like. To maybe feel like you're drawing your heart through your ribs. A slight curve to your back. And then releasing the back behind you. And you round your back behind you. Let your chin drop to chest. And breathe in this space. And now we're going to draw against the shins, drawing that heart through your ribs again, creating a small curve to your spine and releasing, rolling the spine. Continue to move like that to your flow. As you flow between rounding your back behind you and drawing your heart forward and rounding and drawing forward. Compassionate self-awareness as you intentionally pay attention to what you feel, what you're experiencing, without judgment. You get to just notice with kindness as you move and breathe. Breathe and move. Okay. Now let's straight legs out in front. This is called seated staff. I have those legs straight out in front. Maybe bend or point and flex the toes. Straighten those legs out in front, point and flex your toes. Sorry, I'm having an issue with my camera today. There we go. Point and flex those toes. Draw those toes back energetically towards your body. We're going to ground again. Intentionally feel the connection of the ground under more surface of your body now, the full length of your legs. More connection. How about bring those hands together? Rub them together, creating some heat. Feeling that connection of your hands, creating heat. And then we'll bring those hands to the tops of the legs. And as you connect with some flow, again, you're going to move your hands down your legs and then draw them up. Focusing on the sensation you feel under your hands as you move your hands down and up. You get to notice what you notice and feel what you feel without judgment, comparison, or analyzing. That is your compassionate self-awareness message that we embody in our trauma recovery yoga. Notice what your legs feel. Can you bring awareness to the sensation of the tops of your legs as you move and flow down and up? And then could you move your awareness to what your back is experiencing? What is your back experience as you move down and up? One more time. If that's feeling okay for you, down and up. All right. I'm going to move us into a flowing spine twist while we're in simple seat or while we're in seated staff. We're going to inhale the hands high and then exhale, twisting to your right. Let those arms and hands float down and inhale up and exhale, twist down. connecting to your flow, the movement that you create with your body. Hands high, twist, they float down, lengthening through the spine, hands high, exhale, they twist down. Actually, you feel where your breath is. I try not to tell my students where their breath might be in this. Where you notice, where does your breath flow in and where does it flow out? As we move and breathe. You want to do one more, hands high. And now we're going to bring those hands behind our hips. So if you're on the floor, like I am, you could do this if you're in a chair, bringing your hands behind your hips. Good. And then widen your feet to the edge of the mat, or widen your feet to the edge of the chair with your feet on to the ground. We're going to windshield wiper the hips and knees. So the knees and the hips go side to side. Connecting to our present moment environment. That's orienting. What can you feel in your present moment environment? How about the temperature of the air on your skin? You notice the touch of the air on your skin, even as we move our legs and knees from side to side. You feel if it seems cool to you or warm. Just notice. We want to connect to our present moment experience by connecting to our environment. Okay, enough windshield wipering. Let's bring the hips back, straighten those legs back out, and we'll move into a spine twist. I'm going to bring the left leg over the right. If you're sitting in a chair, just simply cross your left leg over your right. If you're on the floor, you might do it as I am. And before we twist, I'm going to invite you to sense the stability of your hips and the length and strength of your spine. And then to invite in that ease into your face, a softening into your eyes, your cheeks, and your jaw. We want to feel in our bodies the things that trauma tries to rob from us, which is power, control, stability, balance, choice. So see if you can sense the stability of your hips and the length and strength of your spine here. And then to continue the twist, we bring the left hand behind the left hip and the right arm can hug that knee or come on over. And begin to look towards your left shoulder. You get to notice what you notice and feel what you feel without judgment. Notice sensation in your body. How are you experiencing this slight or deep twist to your core and spine? I invite you to notice with kindness the sensations within your body. And we'll release out of the twist on this side. We unravel the legs. You might give them a little shake out. Draw the right leg over the left, or bring your right leg over the left on crossing your legs in a chair. Once again, bring our awareness into the body, sensing stability in the hips, length and strength to your spine. Bring the right hand behind the right hip, the left arm hugs that knee or comes across, and we look gently, slowly towards the right shoulder. You get to notice what you notice and feel what you feel in your spine twist. Connecting to your breath here. Notice where your inhale is. Notice where your exhale is. And you are breathing just right. And we'll come out of this twist. Unraveling the legs. I'm going to move us on into a new form. It's called Tabletop Form. It's when you bring your knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Move my camera back a bit. And here we are. Now you can bring a towel, rolled up towel or blanket under your knees for some extra cushion. Again, I encourage you to feel into your body, and we want to respond to that. We want to respond to what we feel in the body, and that's how we practice empowered choice. Empowered choice, very much fundamental component of trauma-sensitive yoga. So here we are in a new shape. It's called tabletop. We want to feel the ground again in our new shape. Under your hands, tops of your knees, tops of your feet. Can you also sense the strength you have in your body to hold this tabletop form? Stability, strength, balance. Are you beginning to feel an urge perhaps to move? I want you to respond to the sensations of your body, the urges of your body. So if you want to follow along with me, I'm going to bring my hands forward and begin to bring my body forward and back. If you're on a chair, find some movement. You could stand. Find some movement with your body where you are controlling the movement, noticing what you notice, feel what you feel. No judgment, just curiosity. How much does your body want to press your hips back towards your heels? What does it feel like as you come forward towards your hands? Where's your edge? We go slow and intentional so we can feel into the sensations of our body that's going to give us important information. Bringing that body forward, feel like you're creating space and openness through the front of your shoulders, your heart. See if it feels okay to press one hip bone in and peek over your opposite shoulder. You could do this down on your elbows. You get to notice what you notice and feel what you feel without judgment or comparison. You get to. If you want to press those hands next to your breast line, drawing your body up and back to what is called child's position. And child's position is when you bring those hips back towards your heels, and you can bring A cushion between your seat and your feet is always a nice option. You could have a pillow under your chest. Taking a form on the floor or in a chair, you could bring a pillow to the tops of your knees and release over the tops of your legs. Finding a form here where you have a lot of your body connected to the ground to feel support and connection. And here, I encourage you to notice your breath. Notice what your breath is doing after that movement of our body. Feel the way your breath has a rhythm. The way your breath sustains you without conscious thought. Good. And now walking those fingertips way out ahead of you. See if you can sense a stretch under your arms across the top of your back. And then we'll draw the arms over to the right, stacking left hand on right hand. Here, breathe into your side body. And you might open and close through your hips. How does that feel to open and close through your hips? Breathing into your side body here. And then we'll take those straight arms over to the left, stacking right hand on the left hand. Seeing what you feel over here. Breathing into your side body, opening and closing through your hips. Connecting to rhythm of your body, your breath. And then we'll bring those hands straight out again and the body up. If you have something under your feet, and remove that, and we're going to sit back to hero's posture. Sitting back onto your heels. You're sitting in a chair. We're going to stretch out the neck and shoulders. We're going to roll those shoulders. Continuing just to connect into what you feel as you roll these shoulders the one direction you chose, and then see what it's like to go the other direction. Good, and go back to that. Maybe that first inclination you had when I encouraged you to roll your shoulders, see what that feels like to respond to your body with how you're inclined to move. And this time, let's bring those shoulders up towards the earlobes. Could you hold them there just a bit? Could you sense what it's like to have some tension and tightness around your neck? Notice what you notice, feel what you feel. We try not to distract or ignore sensation in yoga. We feel it and then let those shoulders come down. We feel and we respond. Empowered choice, teaching your nervous system that We do have choice and power and control over our lives. We embody that in the yoga practice. Okay, so when we have our shoulders down away from our ears, there's lots of space for mobility for the neck and head. So let's turn the chin to the right. Feel that edge. Feel when your body says, that's enough. Notice the sensation of the stretch as you have your chin turned towards one shoulder. And then we'll go to the other. Bringing your chin towards the other shoulder. Feeling the stretch. And now bring your chin from side to side. You go at your pace, your flow. Chin from side to side, feeling what you feel in your neck. Remember, pain or strain means stop. We respond to the sensations of our body. All right, bringing that head looking forward. If you're still in sitting in heroes and you'd like to go into simple seated, I'm gonna bring that pillow back under my hips. And we're gonna continue to open our posture. So let's draw the hands in heart center. And we will ground again. We ground by intentionally paying attention to the sensation of stable ground under our body. And by feeling sensation, feeling the sensations of your hands connected, the feel of this air on your skin. We ground, we orient to our present moment experience. All right, and now to do this posture opening sequence, let your hands fall out in front of you and your arms are bent a little bit and your elbows draw together. It's like your hands are out in an offering. And then draw the thumbs behind you and the hands back in together. Draw the thumbs behind, the hands come back in together. I invite you to notice what you notice and feel what you feel without judgment. Just notice with kind curiosity the sensations you feel maybe in your chest or ribs as your hands draw in, your thumbs draw behind. Notice sensation in your rib cage, across your sternum. And now, what do you feel in the back of your body as your hands draw in, the thumbs behind? What's going on with your shoulder blades? Inviting you to drop inside of your body, feeling sensation. And now, speaking of sensation, starting to feel maybe a little discomfort, maybe some fatigue from doing this. I want you to please feel that information your body's giving you, and I want you to respond to it. You get to decide. You're in choice. Are you going to do this 1, 3, or 5 more times? You choose. When you're done, bring your hands in heart center or let those hands fall down to your lap. And then notice sensation in your body. What do you feel in your shoulders and your arms? What do you feel across your chest or into your back? We're reconnecting to ourselves, to our body, to what we feel and notice, and responding to that. Remember, trauma takes away choice, and power, and control. We want to give our bodies a new experience of being in choice and power and having some control. And you do. You have control over how you choose to move and breathe and be through this yoga session. Okay. Let's do some more things with the neck and chin. And I'm going to have you drop your chin towards your chest. And I'll have you guide your awareness to locating your tailbone. Just locating by your internal sensation. It's called interoception, where your tailbone exists in your body. And sense how you have a spine coming up from your tailbone, going through your low back, through the back of your shoulder blades. Your spine and cervical spine come up and around the curve of your neck as your chin drops towards your chest. I invite you to soften into your eyes. And soften into your cheekbones and into your jaw. And see if you could also soften into your shoulders and continue to let your chin drop heavy towards your chest. Now I invite you to feel your breath. How is your breath moving in your body right now? There's no right or wrong way for you to breathe. All right, and now slowly and gently bring your head, nose and chin up. And here's where you listen to your body, respond to your body. If it feels like it would feel good and safe to keep bringing your chin up, think of this as lifting your gaze, lifting your chin. You might even feel it's like you're lifting your heart up. If this is safe for your neck, your back, your body. Lifting your gaze, lifting your chin, lifting your heart. And then we'll bring the chin to a little to the right, still raised if that's okay for you. And then bring the chin over towards the left. Continue with that motion if that feels nurturing for you. If it feels like pain or strain, don't do it. We're stretching into the side of the neck, the front of the neck, in places we probably in our normal everyday life, we're not stretching or activating. And this activates the vagus nerve, which activates our parasympathetic nervous system, which is where we rest, digest, and recover. And bringing the head back down, chin to chest. Going to do a full rotation 2 times Imagine you're drawing an O with your nose in front of you. So with your chin started at your chest, we're going to bring your nose, your face around like you're drawing an O right in front. Very slowly, 2 slow full rotations. And then the other direction. 2 slow full rotations. There we go. Bring your head back up, forward gaze. Giving the shoulders a roll. Bring the hands in heart center. I'm going to invite a flow with our arms. And the flow goes like this. We raise hands overhead. We release them down towards our hips. We draw them up, back overhead where they connect. Feel your hands connect and they draw down. And we're back where we began. To flow again, hands overhead. The hands and arms expand down around the body. They draw back up, connecting overhead, pressing down. We're going to keep going, and I invite you to feel where your breath is. Where is your inhale? Where do you exhale? If you were to bring an inhale, one movement, and an exhale, another movement, what would that feel like? I have my suggestion. I know what my embodied experience is. What is yours? Where's your inhale? Where's your exhale? Creating connection with ourselves, connection between breath and movement. A couple more times. Notice what you notice and feel what you feel. And we'll draw those hands down, heart center. Very nice. All right, moving again. Let's come off of our seat and feet. We'll come into a tabletop just long enough. I'm going to bring us into a supported forward fold. Now you can get to that from the ground, or you can get to it from a chair or standing. Supported forward fold is when we're going to, since I'm on the ground, I'm bringing my feet under my hips with lots of bend to my knees so that my hands still touch the mat or a block. So if you're standing up, you might start with a lot of bend to your knees and then forward folding to your hands. You could start your hands to your legs, okay? Supported forward fold. We have our hands, our feet to the floor. We want our hands supported on something. It could be the tops of the legs. It could be a block to the mat, or your hands all the way down to the mat. And we get to do what we get to do, and that is ground and orient again. Feel the new connection your body has to the surface of the earth. Feet, hands, And now as you bring, I encourage you, if this is possible for you, to move your body forward towards your hands, towards your fingertips. Feel the strength, control, and balance you have in your body, not to fall to your head. Move your body back towards your heels. Notice how you don't fall backwards to your bottom. We're giving ourselves, giving our nervous system an embodied experience of feeling, strength, stability, balance, control. Moving the body forward and back. You're in control. You're in choice. I want you to feel that. And now as you notice what you notice and feel what you feel, based on how you feel, you can stand on up and be done with this. You can release your hands to your elbows and continue in this forward fold. You can sit to your chair. Listen to your body. If you're in forward fold with me, you might see what it's like to move your forearms from side to side. Moving those forearms from side to side, stretching into your hamstrings and your low back. What do you feel as you move these forearms side to side? And you feel the way the ground is stable under your feet as you move your arms from side to side. All right, and now just releasing your hands from your elbows. If you are with me here, slowly roll your body on up to standing. I will meet you up as I move my camera. And we will make our way to standing. If you need to get a drink, you need to adjust your camera. Okay, here we are. We have another and a new opportunity to ground and to orient, coming into our present moment experience with our body. So now that we're on our feet, let's bring them a little bit wider than hip distance. If your feet were right under your hips, what would that look like and feel like? If your feet are wider than your hips, what does that look like and feel like? So with our feet wider than our hips, bring your awareness to sensing that ground under your feet. And you might notice again how you can move a little bit forward towards your toes without falling. Move a little bit backwards. And if you need support, if you want to hang on to a chair to the side of you, but this is giving you an embodied experience of having some control, stability, balance. Coming again to the sense of the weight of your hips and your pelvis dropping you towards the ground. And a string at the top of your head, drawing the crown of your head up, so that you get a sense of the lengthening, the length to your spine. And as we open up our hands, I'll say my palms towards you, your palms towards me. This is a way we can connect as a community with our intention, palms open towards one another. And as you draw your thumbs back a little bit, notice what that does to your chest and your heart space. Does that open you up just a bit more? We have our open palms and open heart towards one another, even in our individual spaces. Perhaps we can sense this common humanity that we have, standing in our own spaces with our own bodies in our own shapes, but doing it together with a shared experience, and yet also recognizing we each have our very own unique experience in this world. Sensing into your body. How does it want to move to find some relief? I'm just feeling like I need to just bring those legs back in, maybe give them each a shake out, kick out. And then we'll bring the feet under the hips again, a little bit wider than the hips. Can you sense that you create stability with your body as you activate your thighs, hold your middle stable, feel that in your body. And then we're going to inhale our hands overhead. I am going to lead our inhales and exhales a little bit just to move through some flows here. We'll exhale to a side stretch and inhale the arm up. And exhale to a side stretch. And inhale, arm up. And exhale to a side stretch. You continue feeling your flow, your movement with breath. Feel flow and rhythm within your own system. Let's do this 2 more times each side. And this is our last one this side. And our last one this side. We'll bring those arms up, connecting hands overhead, draw the arms down, hands heart center. All right, let's bring our hands to the top of our shoulders. We're going to continue to open up, feel, see how you might experience expansion. How could you feel openness and expansion in your chest as we do this? And it goes like this. We draw the elbows in towards one another, and then they go up, and we'll start to bring them back behind us. You might feel this like butterfly wings or bird wings opening up, drawing the elbows in and up and back. Notice what you notice and feel what you feel without judgment or analyzing. Notice with kind curiosity. If you feel pain or strain, please stop. Connect into the sensation in your body. Connect into the flow and rhythm you're creating. Connect into the amount of fatigue you might be feeling in your shoulders or back. And you are in control. You get to decide based on how you feel if you're going to do this 3, 2, or 1 more time. Empowered choice in our yoga class. When you're done, let's bring those hands back down. And bring feet in under hips. Again, it might feel good to shake out your legs after holding them in a certain form for a while. Shake out your arms. Okay. With our feet under hips. So this time I want you to sense that your feet are under your hips, not a little wider, but right under. And we're going to bring our hands up as high as our shoulders. And can you feel the strength you have in your shoulders to hold your hands up as high as your shoulders? And yet, can there also be softness in your face? So we're not grimacing. Softness in your face and in your neck, and your shoulders aren't caught up around your ears, but they're low and loose. And imagining you're keeping your thighs and your knees pointed forward. We're going to slowly rotate the upper body from side to side. Low body stays stable as you're able. Upper body gently moves from side to side. Feelings flow. What other flow could you feel? Maybe the air moving across your arms as you bring them from side to side. If you have long sleeves on, maybe you can feel the air on the tops of your hands as you bring them from side to side. And how could we bring more flow? How about free flowing? Let the legs go. No more just pointing the knees forward, but let the feet and your hips and your arms move, free flowing. And just notice what that feels like to move your body any way you choose, staying connected to the present moment by, how about by orienting to your environment with your sight? Looking around the room you're in while you're moving your body, if you still feel like moving your body, and just notice the different things that you can see. Notice shapes and sizes of things, colors and textures. Another way we're practicing being connected to our present moment experience. Staying in the moment and staying in our bodies. What are you feeling in the body? What are you done doing? Let's let the arms and the hands just be still. And I encourage you to notice sensation in your body. Just curious. What do you feel from that movement? We call it residual sensation. I'm not moving anymore, but what do you feel? In fact, a good way to experience residual sensation is to do a little body tapping with our boundary, tapping the boundary of our body. Let's bring the left arm up and the right hand and just gently tap down that arm and hand. Tap down and up, down and up. Just sensing what you feel on your arm from this tapping. And then we'll stop, let the arms come down, and just notice. Is there a sensation to this arm? Or maybe to the fingers you were gently tapping with? There's no shoulds or supposed to's or right or wrongs. We're just feeling into, connecting into sensation in our body. Let's do the other arm. Tapping down and tapping up. Focusing on the sensation you feel on the arm. Trauma can really disconnect us from our bodies. Well, these are just strategies to kind of switch back on, turn back on the switch to feel, notice, pay attention to, and respond to sensations. So let's let that go. Being curious, what are the sensations you feel in your body after doing that? Anything lingering on the right side? Anything lingering on the parts of your hand you were tapping with? Just notice. All right, we're going to make our way down to our backs. If you're going to a mat, go to your back or down to a chair. If you're going to be in a chair. So we call this back to the mat, feet to the floor. Back to your mat, feet to the floor, or bottom to your chair. However you are in this world right now, feel the support underneath you. We can ground standing on 2 feet. We can ground standing on 1 foot. But 2 feet, we can do it sitting, we can do it laying. Feel how you have so much more connection to the earth if you're laying on your back. And your nervous system really likes that. It likes to feel connection and support, because when the body has a physical sensation that there's connection and support under it or behind it, then the muscles can release. We can release and let go. Take a few moments to intentionally pay attention to feeling that ground, having your body experience support and connection of the ground. And then draw your knees in towards your body, wrapping your arms around your shins. And we're just going to find a gentle side to side motion. If you feel pain or strain, don't do it. You're sitting in a chair. What we're looking for here is a rhythm, a motion to the body that feels nurturing, that feels good, calming. Notice how that feels for you. And then if you want to release your feet to the ground, you widen your feet, let your knees fall in towards one another so you don't have to support your legs, or you can always lengthen your legs all the way to the ground. I'm going to keep my knees in, or my knees bent and in. And we're going to do a gentle breath practice with one hand to your abdomen and one to your heart or ribs. You can do this, of course, sitting as well. If you're on the ground, make sure your elbows are still on the ground so that you don't have to hold your arms up. And we're going to start by noticing our breath. Notice the movement created by your inhale and your exhale. Maybe you can sense that movement internally. Or maybe you can sense that movement externally by a hand that might raise on your inhale and fall on your exhale. Notice what you feel between your right hand and your left hand. As you're able, sensing the rhythm of your own breath through movement. And this is a practice simply being with your breath in the present moment. You don't have to breathe any particular way. A practice of being with your breath, focusing or intentionally paying attention with kindness to what your breath is doing. It's a very calming practice for your nervous system. Compassionate self-awareness, intentionally paying attention with kindness, awareness of your own body, your own breath, in this very present moment. And lastly, I invite you to notice into your face and practice what I call grace for your face, inviting in ease and release into your forehead, inviting in softening to your right eyebrow and softening to your left eyebrow. Inviting in ease and release into your cheekbones, ease and release down your jawline, inviting in a softening into your jaw. And just notice what it feels like for you to have the support of the ground under your body. Sense the flow and rhythm of your own breath. And you have invited in grace for your faith. Compassionate self-awareness. A practice of noticing with kindness. What is this experience like for you? You have connected to our environment, connected to our own body and its sensations and feelings, connected into some rhythm and flow within our body and our breath. and connected in with our common humanity. And now if you're on the ground, if you'd like to draw your legs in again with your legs bent, maybe get a little movement again to your spine, through your hips. And then let the body fall to one side. Using your hands to the ground, press the body up. We will meet back here in simple seated. We'll meet back here in simple seated. And we'll end where we began. Finding a little motion around our own hips. Feeling the connection of the ground under our body, connection of the chair or the yoga mat, flooring under your body. Feeling how you can move and shift and the ground stays stable below. Sensing into that body what might feel good. I see some cat cows. I see a few cat cows going here. You might get a little twist from one side and the other. Come back to facing forward. And we will end with this. Sensing the weight of your pelvis and your hips dropping you towards the ground. There's a string at the top of your head drawing the crown of your head up. Maybe feeling that length and strength to your spine, stability across your hips, and the grace for your face. Softening and ease into your eyes, into your cheekbones, and into your jaw. If you'd like to bring your hands in heart center, sense the connection of your palms and fingers. Taking a breath, breathing your heart up towards your thumbs. And on your exhale, let your breath and your shoulders drop low. There you go, my friends. Thank you for allowing me to lead you through a trauma-sensitive yoga class. I bid you peace, shalom, shalom.